Hi, and welcome back to the Interstellar Hobo. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between an Apple tag and a beacon. Recently I purchased a beacon to use with an app that I open when I'm riding my bike or e-bike, and that app it maps and tracks speed, time, elevation, a lot of different things. And in the app, there's a section that tells you that you can use a beacon to activate the app when you get on the bike. And if you take your phone off the bike and walk away from the bike, the app will pause. If you don't use the beacon, you have to do that all manually, or you end up with a lot of just dead data on the app. So let's take a look today, a quick look at the difference between Apple tags and beacons. So let's start with the Apple tag. We all know what that is. You buy one of these, you pull the little tab out, it wakes up, and then you connect it to your phone through the Find My app. The beacon, on the other hand, and there's many different styles. This is a little bit bigger beacon, and it has a little bit bigger battery in it. And this little white button you see up at the top, you hold that down till the LED starts flashing and the beacon starts up. Once the beacon starts up, unless it's set by its control app to turn off, it will continue to broadcast until the battery goes dead. So you don't have to worry about it shutting off unless it's intended to. So what are the differences? Basically, an Apple tag will, through Bluetooth, speak to any Apple phone. So if you throw your Apple tag in a suitcase and you take a flight across the country, and halfway across you change planes and your luggage misses it and it's in the airport, if anybody gets close enough to that suitcase with an iPhone, the iPhone will pick up the signal from the tag and send it to the Apple server. And then the Apple server will send the information to your iPhone wherever you're at. And then you can open your Find My app and look on a map and see where your tag is. You can also make it beep to find it if you've got it, say, on your keychain and you locked your keys in the house. And the Apple tag, the broadcast is always a static event, in the sense that it keeps on broadcasting as long as the battery's good, and as long as it can find an iPhone to broadcast to, then Apple can send to you the location of that tag. Now, a beacon, on the other hand, when you buy a beacon, you have to download an app that's specifically designed to connect to the beacon, and that app, once you open it up, has many adjustments and changes that you can make to that beacon in terms of how it broadcasts, what it broadcasts, why it broadcasts, if it's going to allow other people to connect to it or even find it. So the beacon's pretty configurable. Why did I buy the beacon? Because I have an app on my iPhone that I use when I'm bike riding or e-bike riding, and that app will record when I travel, when I stop. It'll map my travel. It will map elevation, speed, all those things. If I stop, say to have lunch, I don't want the app running and just recording dead space. So by putting a beacon on my bike, when the phone gets near to the bike, the app will auto start in the background, and it will record all the things that I've set the app to do. And the nice thing about a beacon is you can set the distance that the beacon can broadcast. So I can set the beacon that I have right here to broadcast anywhere from about 2 yards all the way to 160 yards. That's over a football field and a half. Now, when you set it to 2 yards, the battery in it, and this has got a pretty big battery compared to the Apple Tag, the battery will last for years, probably about 4 years. So you don't have to worry about changing your battery all the time. I'm reading up now because I believe on this beacon, the beacon's capable, if you set it correctly, to detect motion. So I could throw this in my bike bag, and when I stop for lunch, because the beacon no longer senses motion, and I believe it senses it by G-force, it can detect very minor G-force changes. And I believe that's how it does it. And you can even go in and adjust that, the amount of force it takes for it to recognize a change. So they're pretty configurable. But the beacon will just sit there and broadcast all day long. It broadcasts basically its name, which is a UUID, a long string of numbers and letters. And then additionally to that, it has a major, what's called a major and a minor. And those are also additional strings of numbers. So you could have 10 million beacons and you could still configure yours to be unique. And then the app that's looking for it, you just have to go into that app and type that string of numbers that you named your beacon in there. And then once it sees that, it'll find it. Beacons are used for a lot of things. People use them for geocaching. If you're not sure what that is, you can Google it. You can connect the beacon to a Raspberry Pi through a device that you buy that's, I believe they call it a BLE server. It's just a little plug-in device, and then you have to go in and do some settings on it. You can use a beacon to open your garage door when your car pulls in the yard, to close the garage door when your car backs out of the driveway. You can use a beacon to unlock your front door if you have a small one you hang on your keys. If you have an automatic electronic lock, you can use a beacon to turn the lights on in your house, start your coffee in the morning, you name it. The sky's the limit. Your imagination's the limit is what you can do with the device. So my next video, I'm going to show the app that you use to set this particular beacon that I have and how to configure it. So thanks for joining me on the Interstellar Hobo. I hope you subscribe. There'll be lots of stuff coming up on things that interest me and that tie into biking and life in general.